Hey guys, it's Damaris, and for today's video I thought I'd do a little scary little video since I did make that Cecil Hotel video. If you haven't checked it out, it'll be linked up here or it'll be a link down in the description box below. I wanted to talk about something scary that happened to me. Now, this happened in a place, well, let me rephrase that. This happened in the happiest place in the world. And if you know what I'm talking about, you'll know that is Walt Disney World in Orlando, Florida. Now, Orlando, Florida has 4 parks. There's Magic Kingdom, Hollywood Studios, Animal Kingdom, and Epcot, the one that no one gives a shit about. So when I went in April, I think it was April or May, one of those months. And we're in Hollywood Studios, and let's ride the Tower of Terror, which is like the Twilight Zone ride with like the dropping elevator and stuff like that. So I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm not lying when I say this, we probably rode that ride about maybe 10 or 15 times that day. We rode it a lot because 1, it's a fast ride and the line goes pretty fast, and 2, it was a really fun ride. So we kept going on this ride throughout the entire day. The cast members and the bellhopper people who are on the ride and like, you know, taking care of the ride and stuff, they recognized us and were like, hey, come, you should totally come like when it's almost 9 o'clock or whatever time the fireworks go on. And they said if you like time it correctly, you could watch the fireworks from like while you're like on the ride. Because when you're on the top of the ride going all the way up, you could like basically see the entire park. So we're like, okay, cool. And then around that time we decided to go and ride the ride. There was literally no one in line. Like, time wait was like about maybe 5 or 10 minutes. Like, it's ridiculous how short the ride was. Like, the line to get on the ride was. So anyways, we got on the ride and stuff, and like, this is when things started taking a turn for the worst. Basically, we went on the line. It was me, my brother, and my mom. And we're like, okay, let's ride this ride, let's do this, want to see the fireworks show, whatever. So we get in line, and then we're like basically in the front, and the bellhopper like lets us in and stuff. And inside the elevator, there's 3 rows, but it's like split in 2, so it's like 1, 2, 3, and there's like a space so you can like walk into the seats, and then 1, 2, 3. So I was seated in the right side, like where the wall is. So it was like me, my brother, and then my mom. So I'm sitting there, I'm like, alright, whatever, cool. And then everyone like piles in, and then he says something creepy because like, you know, it's a creepy ride or whatever, and then he like closes the doors, and then like the ride starts. And everything was fine and all. And keep this in mind, I rode this ride maybe about 8 or 9 times before, so like I know how the ride is supposed to go by this time. Like I can like basically like draw a picture of how the ride is supposed to be. So we're going on the ride, and it's like going through like the Twilight Zone, you see the eyeball and shit like that. But then something weird happens. I start hearing like clawing, like scratching noises, like on the wall, like where I'm like sitting, where my left ear is, and I'm just like, I turn, and I turned to my brother, I said, Izzy, did you hear that? And he's like, what? And I'm like, alright, maybe just my imagination, because it's a creepy ride, right? Maybe just my mind building things that aren't there because of the creepy ride. So I forget about it. And then we're like going through, we're still walking through for like the big drop. Then I start hearing like knocking, like, okay, that's not a good knock, like a knock, like not like, honey, I'm home, you know what I mean, but like little knocks. And I was just like, okay, this is just, I'm like, Damaris, it's just a ride, it's just a ride. And then my consciousness was talking to me, and I was like, Damaris, you rode this ride 8 times before, there was no knocking before, there's something wrong. And I was like, oh crap, and I was like really scared, like I was like really scared. And it was at the dropping point. We go on, and then it's like it goes to the very top of where it's supposed to be, and then we're like it's supposed to drop it. I hear a scratching and then a knock again, and then you hear like bolts moving. Like, have you ever heard a churning bolt? It's like I don't even know how to explain it, but the sound that it was sounded like bolts moving, and then this came into my mind. Like, I saw it, the roller coaster, like the ride was just about to crash, we're all gonna die, like in that Final Destination movie. Like, I really thought like, oh, we're gonna die. So then I was holding my brother, I was like, Mom, something's not okay, something's wrong. And she's like, what's the matter with you? And then it drops. And then like, I wish we bought the picture for this. Like literally, they take a picture of you while you're like dropping, and my face is just like I'm just like, and everyone's like, you know, like having a great time while my dumb ass is over here like, bitch, we're gonna die, this place is haunted. Anyway, so then after the dropping stops, I'm still hearing like the knocking and like the little scratches and stuff. And then we're like getting to like, and then the ride's basically over. And so then when the ride's over, it comes to like this creepy ass basement thing. There's like this doll like on the left side on these boxes. And it was so creepy because the first like 8 or so times I was on it, I noticed it before, but it wasn't out of the ordinary. But this time it was like in a different position. I'm not saying like the doll's haunted or anything, but maybe like the bellhop's moved. But the first 8 times I went on this ride, the doll was just sitting lifelessly like. And then this time when I hear all this creepy shit happen, the doll's sitting upright like, gonna fucking kill you, bitch, you know? Like, something wasn't right about that. And then for the rest of the night, I've had this really bad feeling. Like, really bad feeling. Like, after that, we ended up riding Space Mountain. It was just me and my brother because my mom wasn't feeling, she was feeling really dizzy and stuff, so she let us use our fast passes for that. So we go on it and stuff, and then I'm having like really bad feeling throughout the entire ride. And I keep thinking that this is gonna happen. So after I got back on vacation from Florida, I looked up like on Google about like Tower of Terror, like the ride at Disney, and there was this employee who was working at platform D, which is the same elevator that we were on. Hello, it's future Damaris. I totally forgot to mention that the employee dropped dead mysteriously while he was working. And there's a video of like the mechanic and man, like a guy just like testing out the ride after they close, and there's like a ghost inside the elevator with him. Exact same seat where I was sitting too, so yeah, that did not help me sleep at night for like 4 or 5 weeks. And then we get off, and I'm like, Mom, let's go home. And well, we didn't go home, we were going to our hotel. And then we went to the hotel that we're supposed to go to because, okay, this is so confusing what I'm about to explain, but like, so we're in Florida for 2 days. The first night we're at this one hotel, but we're only staying there for 1 night, and then the next day we're gonna stay in a different hotel. So we're driving to this new hotel. Not lying when I say this hotel was literally one of those hotels you see in a scary movie. So we're like, bitch, you don't go in there, you're gonna fucking die. Like, that was like this hotel, like this is the hotel we're gonna find like dead bodies and shit like that. And I was like, Mom, are you fucking kidding me? Like, don't even, like, no, like, what are you doing? Like, I was like, Mom, I have a really bad feeling or whatever. And she's like, no, it's fine. So then she's like, okay, you and your brother stay in the car while I go and like look into like the hotels or whatever. Like, check it out, make sure it's okay. I'm like, okay. And the way it was set up, it was like the office was like, I don't know how to explain this. So it was like the office is here, like not the office, but like the place, like the main desk is here, and then there's like 4 little buildings that almost look like cabins from like a camp movie. And like each cabin had like a letter or like a number or something like that. I don't know what it was because it was like really dark. And then your room would be in one of the dorms or like the camping things, and then they'll like have your room key, like go from there. But I didn't go inside, so I don't know how it looked inside because my mom was the one who went inside. But I kid you not, she was gone for like 35 minutes, and I'm like, where the fuck are you? And I got really worried, so then I tried calling her, but then she left her phone in the car, so I was like, what do I do? So I was like, okay, Damaris, it's okay, because if she screams, then you'll know she's okay. Which is a really fucked up thing to say, like, oh, if she's like in trouble, she'll scream or whatever. But no, it's okay. She came back like 10 minutes later, and she's like, yeah, we're not staying here. She's like, it's really creepy inside. It's pitch black dark. Our room had no electricity whatsoever. So Mom's like, okay, let's just check out and go somewhere else. So we try and check out, but like the lady at the desk was like, oh, how about we stay in our other hotel? Because like there was like another hotel next door to it. And like the hotel she was talking about was like this big ass building, and it looked like a huge like Marriott like hotel thing. We didn't stay at the Marriott obviously, because the Marriott will like treat us a lot better than like what this hotel did to us. But that's another story. So we get out the car and then we walk towards like this big building, and then we realize it actually isn't a big building. It gives you the illusion that it's a building, but it's literally anyone could walk in and walk out, which is really sketchy and scary. And our room was like on like the 13th or 14th floor, so it was like really fucking tall. So we go inside the elevator, we go all the way up. As soon as we get out of the elevator, like we're walking towards the door, my mom like stops me and my brother, like she holds like her hands back like this, like not to walk anymore. She looks towards the right, and so does my brother, and like I swear, like their faces went blank, like they just saw a fucking ghost or something. And then my mom says, let's go, we're leaving. And on the way down, my mom says, my mom and my brother swear to this day that they saw 3 grown men looking at them like they're gonna hurt us, like giving us really, really deadly looks. And I looked where they were looking, but there was no one there. I promise you, I looked, there's no one there. I didn't see anyone. but they swear by it to this day that they saw someone. I'm not saying it was a ghost or anything, I'm just saying I just didn't see it. So anyways, I was happy to leave that hotel because I wanted any excuses not to stay in this creepy ass hotel. So anyways, so we left that hotel. And then we were like driving around Orlando airport for like an hour with hot wire on the phone looking for another hotel. And then we went to bed. We slept for like an hour because we had a flight early in the morning. And then we got up and went back home. And oh, the story doesn't end here. Oh no, it doesn't end here. So once we got home from Florida, about a day after, my brother went to summer camp because summer camp, that's what kids do, I guess. I don't know. My mom and my stepdad had the day off. So my mom and me and my stepdad are like, hey, let's go to the mall. And my stepdad's like, nah, I'm gonna go for a bike ride. And we're like, cool. So then me and my mom were driving in the car, and I swear to God, I'm not making any of this up. Me and my mom were talking about her coworker friend who got like hit by a car while he was like on a bike and stuff like that, and how he got hurt and he broke a couple of ribs and stuff. And my mom was just saying how she's worried about my stepdad because, you know, he can get hurt because he's a, you know, he bikes his bike all the time, like on the shoulder of the road, you know what I mean? So she was just like saying how she's worried about him, whatever. I'm like, Mom, don't worry about it, he knows what he's doing, he's not an idiot, whatever. So then, I remember this so clearly. We were in Macy's, and my mom was looking for a dress because she had to go to this wedding. So we're like in the dressing room, whatever, and she's just like drawing on dresses, and then I get a phone call from Jorge, my stepdad. And then Jorge's like, hey Damaris, like he sounded really weird, like he was like, hey Damaris, like, you know, like something was wrong. And I said, are you okay? And he's just like, I'm in the hospital, I need to talk to your mother. And I was just like, what to my mom, and I'm like, Jorge's in the hospital. My mom's like freaking out. And then he explains what happened, and basically what happened, long story short, my stepfather ended up getting hit by a car, and he fell off his bike and he was in a lot of pain, and he was sent to the hospital, and we went to the ER, and yeah, but he's fine now. This happened in April, like I said, this happened a couple months ago. He's completely fine now, thank God. The doctor said if he wasn't wearing his helmet he would be dead. So yeah. Anyways, guys, I really think that all this happening in like the span of just 3 or 4 days, I don't think that's coincidence. I feel like that was really paranormal. So yeah, that's what happened to me. That's like my paranormal weekend, you can say. So yeah, I promise you, I'm not making any of this up. I promise. This all actually happened. This is real. This is raw freaking evidence. But yeah, that's my video, guys. I hope you like this video. If you like this video, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe for more videos. And don't worry, guys, I've been checking my video of the Cecil Hotel, and it's been getting a lot of likes from people. So there will be another video. I won't spoil about what it is, but I will say that it does take place in LA. So stay tuned for that. I will be uploading that in a couple days. I'm not going to make you guys wait for another week because I think you guys like these videos. So you guys have a wonderful day wherever you are in the world, and have mountainly fun rules and unicorns, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!